Shalom Rastafari, Assalamu Alaikum, peace to the kings and the queens of the earth. If you're alive and breathing, you're doing better than some of my people. And today I come with somewhat of a heavy heart, with anger, with frustration, with sadness on this today's talk. So just want to give blessings out to everybody. You know how I do when I start off. But I need you to listen and hopefully make a change and think, and also not take your life for granted because it can be snatched at any time. Yesterday in Jacksonville, Florida, we had another terrorist attack, a racial attack, another racist manifesto, lone wolf, pussy organized or fake organization, lost human being who decided to purchase some guns earlier this year. It looks like one of them was an AR-15, and he went into a Dollar General in Jacksonville and killed 3 black people. And then, of course, he killed himself like a coward, like they usually do. When the police arrived, he had a manifesto. He had a suicide note. This was completely planned. This was again in Jacksonville, Florida, in a predominantly black area. If you know how I know, Dollar Generals are like pretty much corner stores, and they are a prominent figure in any community when it comes to places like the South out here, because they kind of stand as that buffer zone between your house and a grocery store, right? So if you live out in that area, you know there's some areas where it might take you 15, 20, 25 minutes just to get to one grocery store. But fortunately, there's a Dollar General right up the street that can probably get most of the stuff that you need there. So it saves you a couple of trips, obviously. So a lot of people do utilize these Dollar Generals. I'm back in the States. I'm in Dollar General all the time, because of the comparison and how good the products are. And in Florida, obviously, there is another attack. Now it's just very. There's no coincidence here with me. I'm from Buffalo, New York. Last year, we dealt with in August. I believe it was in August, July. We dealt with a terrorist attack. Right? We dealt with that on a whole major level. Came in and killed multiple people in a Tops supermarket in a predominantly black neighborhood for no other reason than he has some kind of racial component. And it was just kind of weird because after it was all said and done, he ended up pleading guilty and apologizing, and that's it. And it's just, I don't know what the fuck that was all about. This one was similar. He drew swastikas. He drew on his AR-15. I'm not going to say his name because his name doesn't deserve to be said or remembered. You're a trash bag, you're a piece of shit, and you're a coward. He went into Dollar General and killed 3 innocent people, and I will say their names. I'm going to give them some love for sure, because that's what it's really all about. It's about the victims who apparently were just minding their business and ended up being shot innocently. I'm looking right here. Some of the people that ever died: Gerald Gallion, and Sabrina Rozier, and I think there's another person, AJ Ligarian Jr. So make sure I have these correct. Again, Sabrina Rozier, Gerald Gallion, and AJ Gallion. And I look back and see the responses, and I'm really getting tired of the talking. I'm really getting tired of the hot takes where people continue to say, oh, racism has no part in this, but continue not to do anything about it. I've heard DeSantis, who's the governor of Florida, he stopped his campaign trail to come back and address it. Really, at the end of the day, you have no choice but to address it. I don't really get your ploy here. I don't really get what you do. If I'm black, I don't even want you around, because at the same time you're coming down and you're trying to address this issue and be there for the community. And it seems kind of like a political chess move, because A couple months ago, you were taking our education away. A month ago, you were talking about how we learned a trade through slavery and slavery wasn't that bad. But then at the same time, when you see this, you know you have to respond. This is about your political view and how you look to the entire country. It has nothing to do with you really giving a fuck about the victims. And I'm tired of the hypocritical love. I'm tired of the talking. This is happening. Continues to happen. And this is consistent behavior from consistent people. And no one does anything really about it, right? They want to talk about mental health. They finally got rid of that, right? Mental health. That was the first excuse of a massive shooter. And now all of a sudden it's just, what is it? It's racial. Now you're actually admitting about the racial component, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not really attacking white supremacy. You have presidential candidates. You have people in public political power who are dancing with these same people, right? They're taking donations from neo-Nazis. They are putting laws to cater to these people who, do these, and then they'll turn around and say, well, we're not shooting people. We're not doing this. But you're promoting this ideology, knowing that it's wrong. And then you are empowered when you see people like Trump or when you see people like DeSantis who really give you a platform and give you a safe place to really admit how racist you really are. And then when these things continue to happen, I get tired of this, because as a black people, as a black contingent, we are not violent people. Please give me 4 or 5 examples in the past 30 years where we purchased a gun and went into a white neighborhood and shot up a bunch of white people innocently at a grocery store, school, park, wherever, and came with a racial component. We don't even have that, and from the outside looking in, you could even justify that, right? Like you could actually justify a person, as much as what's been happening to us. You can literally you can't justify it, but you can probably understand why a black person might spaz out and go crazy, because there is really no reaction. What's going to happen? DeSantis is going to come down here. He's going to denounce white supremacy, even though he literally is doing everything he can to further it more. But that just, if you can watch DeSantis and some of these people in political party, this is what they are. It's just you're talking out of both sides out of your ass, and it's just it's actually frightening and disgusting at the same time. But to do all these things and continue to attack us and continue to have these things, and then all of a sudden you just denounce it, and then we go back to our separate ways, is to me real. I don't really get it. I don't understand what you're trying to do. What do you want? Do you want a war? Because you don't want that. You don't really want black people starting to be like, you know what, we're getting killed. We're getting killed by police. We are being we can't even go to church or a grocery store without, possibly getting shot at. This is why I say arm yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. And when I'm talking about arm yourself physically, I ain't playing. Get your ass in the gym, learn some self-defense courses, and and this is a gun country. If you are in an illegal state, I suggest you invest your money into some technical weaponry and learn how to use it, how to properly use it, and how to properly protect yourself. This is an American right, and it feels like the American right is only for a specific people, the right, no pun intended. And it's like we don't really understand, because, and I get it. If you read books and you understand our history, you understand why some of us are still scared. My mom, okay, is part of that generation at 70 years old, still scared, okay, about literally just making white people mad. So your fear that you've implemented in us in all these years, it's worked for some people. But what happens is what happens in any situation, this is why the Black Panther is so prominent in our culture, because the Black Panther will back up into a corner, and he will only attack once you get him in a corner. And once he attacks from that corner, it's vicious. Everybody dies. You get to see the power and the speed and the viciousness that person will attack. And that's what we're going through as a black culture. We're in that corner. And it's like these people forget that we're Panthers, right? So they put us in this corner, and then when we attack, it's the ultimate narcissism attitude, because now it's like, oh my God, why? This isn't what will solve it. We have been attacked from day one. You understand me? I'm getting tired of this. I'm being very calm right now. Because it's like this calm anger that I'm constantly having. It's almost like when someone is driving you insane. I don't know if anyone listens to it. You ever get to that point where you get insane, you get real quiet, right? You just sit there. You don't laugh. You don't cry. You don't show any emotion. You just sit there because you're tired, but you can't sleep, and you're about to snap, and you don't even care. That's how I feel about this situation. It's getting to that point where, like, does somebody gotta die for this shit? Because the government's not addressing it. They won't. The local powers that be won't address it. And I'm not saying, we should have more gun laws, we should have more gun situations going on. But there needs to be a serious, when it comes to like white supremacy and mental health, there's only one group of people who continues to attack us, and we don't attack back. That's what I don't really understand, is that you keep attacking us. Do you want this smoke? Do you want this get back? You put us in this country and you put us in this situation where we're pretty much, we know the double standard. We don't even do specific things because we know that, like, if we do them, we're going to get caught, because they love catching black people doing shit that other people are doing at the same time. I can go into this many crimes and many people who are doing things that are completely illegal. But if they were black, they would have got caught already, I promise you. Because they would love to make an example. But it feels like it's a different situation. So when it comes to these gun laws, I slowly suggest that there needs to be an increase in black people arming themselves legally. Watch how all of a sudden the laws get changed. If there was all of a sudden an upstock in the black American culture that was buying more guns, watch how all of a sudden people started getting a little bit fearful. I don't really understand. It's almost like a bully who continues to get away with it. And then that bully thinks that one day this person that they keep attacking won't snap, right? We all know that happens, right? There's a bully that happens, and even the bully starts pushing the wrong person, and that person snaps and gives the bully a taste of their own medicine, and then that bully can't even fight. Have you ever met a bully who can literally fight when the shit's even? No, never have. I've seen bullies get their ass fucking whipped. And I don't even know about this society. I don't know. You can talk about this, it's ignorance, and what is pumping this shit, right? This freedom of speech that you keep hanging on to. It's corny. Why are you promoting the Nazis? You're a cornball. An army that was led by a crackhead, meth addict, loser with literally no penis. This is facts. That was your leader, Mr. Adolf Hitler, who talked and made propaganda his name of the game to mentally fuck everybody else into a situation where they literally thought, and by that time they knew it was wrong. You got two wars happening, and you get crushed. And your stupid ass is thinking that, like, that's a sign of racism or neo-Nazi. Y'all are fucking losers. You didn't dominate anything. Even during your quote-unquote reign of whatever, it was all propaganda and dumb shit. You were highly in debt. You had nothing going on. I lived in Germany, bro. Like, this Nazi shit is corny. There's literally a law up there. You can't even do one thing neo-Nazi in Germany or you're arrested. And I swear to God, it should be the same thing. Why are you promoting this? You guys are cornballs, boy. You're Confederate flag neo-Nazis. I don't understand y'all. Losers. And you put that on an AK-47 or AR-15, you go to Dollar General. You're a fucking coward. Nothing more. You're a pussy. Spit on your grave, piss on it. See, my thing is, black people, we need to stop fighting each other, for real. We need to stop fighting each other. We have inter-tribal situation, and every culture has this. I know that. I know that. Every culture. We can't even say, oh, white don't see white, but yeah, they do. You don't see white people are doing this. There's a war going on in Ukraine right now. It's happening. Sorry. You don't see Indian, but yeah, you do. There's Indians don't get around with certain people in Pakistan. There's completely, and they all look the same. But there's internal things that are happening in almost every culture. And blacks, when I see people like us and they shoot the op and then they go to the op's fucking funeral and piss on the funeral, why aren't we doing that for the people who are attacking us for real? Why are we not doing that? This man, this boy who, if he gets buried, they'll probably protect it and they'll have a bunch, but we should make his funeral a goddamn scene. It shouldn't be no peace. This person shouldn't even be able to be buried in a specific graveyards because we know once you give him a tombstone, we gonna fucking shoot it off. That's the thing about it. And they keep poking the bear. I don't understand it. I don't know. Is this why they understand they need to demasculize? You know what I'm saying? Like, the masculinity is at an all-time low because they know that the more generations that continue to do this, there's going to be obviously a strike back. Is that why there's a huge attack on masculinity also? But what I'm just tired of, like, what can we do? I'm tired of that shit. I've been saying this for like decades of what can we do and what should we do. I'll tell you what we should do. Arm up. Arm up, man. Arm the fuck up. I'm tired of it. Arm up. Protect yourself, protect your family. Because it's illegal for us to attack them, even though they attack us. So arm up. Because we shouldn't be going out with a fight. We shouldn't be innocently getting shot anymore. Our lives are at risk, 150%. I'm armed up, legally. Leave it at that. In any way you want it. Multiple states. Whatever. So, and I can't wait to be armed up even more. So that's just what it is. People need to understand that our lives are endangered. Our lives are endangered. Our numbers are already low. They're always attacking us somehow, some way. And now there's always just these random lone wolves that are going to come into these places and let off. Arm up. Arm the fuck up. If you're in a state that allows you to it, I suggest you go and invest in your next purchase. Fuck a PS5, fuck a bike, fuck some accessories for your fucking car, fuck all that. Protect yourself and protect your family. Because ultimately, they're not going to do shit to stop this. You understand? They're not going to do a damn thing to stop this. They talk all this bullshit. I'm reading it right now. It's all political. Make a statement so you didn't shut the fuck up. Meanwhile, you're not going to do nothing about it. What are we supposed to do? You're supposed to fucking make this shit illegal. This is a terrorist situation. This is terrorist. When we had, the Bin Laden 9/11, you eliminated that shit so quick. But when it comes to your own, now you want to say, oh, they're not hooked up to them. How do you know that? They're just lone wolves. Where are they getting their shit from? Because you can damn near get it from just listening to a Republican Party, listening to the GOP. And they dance with this shit like it ain't killing people. You know what? They dance with it because it's killing us. And nobody ultimately gives a fuck about black people. Say what you want. How can you say that? Prove me different. Show me differently. So I'm sorry, today is not a happy, motivating podcast. I'm tired. I'm angry. Every time I see this and tired, I have to be careful what I'm saying because I want to do something. After meditating on it for a while, after calling people, checking in, my boy out there in Jacksonville, who I never even met this cat, but Ross. You know what I mean? Rastafari connects us worldwide. And he's like, I'm like, you good over there, King? Yeah, I'm armed up, bro. Tactical classes every week, gun range. Yeah. We all need to do that. And I think I need to invest more into getting us and getting the black gun clubs and getting us more into classes and arming up more. Protect yourself out there, my black nation. We have been under attack from day one. We've been stamped from the beginning, just like my author, Ibram X. We've been stamped from the damn beginning. And these are facts. This doesn't mean these are just facts at the end of the day. So, I hope you have a great week, man. I don't know. I don't know who's listening to this. I don't know who, I don't do it for the numbers, really. I just do it just because I have the time to do it. And at the end of the day, somebody, if it's one person that could be affected, hopefully that person will make a change. Love y'all.